Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
And with our special guest,
Phoenix.
And today for Superhero Month, we're covering the first MCU series on Disney Plus, WandaVision.
Woo, we finally watched it.
Yeah, it took us a year.
Of course, Phoenix finished first. That's a tongue twister. Phoenix finished first.
Right?
Yes, I am the one that finished first when it first came out on Disney Plus back in January.
That's
yeah,
correct.
he went real quick too. He was on top of it.
Now, this takes place 3 weeks after the Avengers Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
And Wanda and Vision are living a seemingly normal life in the town of Westview. They move through different decades of popular television shows each episode, but underneath all the fun, is there something sinister going on?
Apparently, yes. And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, notification will get updates on future podcasts and multiple pause videos.
So since you watched it first, Phoenix, and keep having these alliterations, tell us, what did you think when you finished episode 9?
Okay, after I finished the last episode of WandaVision, episode 9 for example, I was so shocked at its ending, and I was very happy and sad, with Wanda just dealing with her, just deal with the real reality that she has instead of, the one that she made.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave us a part 1 / a special ending to it, referencing the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
The truth.
Yes. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's 9 episodes. And each episode is totally different. No episode is like the other.
Right.
And
they're about all nearly an hour.
right. What I really liked in the beginning was the different decades that they were taking us through and how they were trying to make it really authentic. And it really was fun before they decided to break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. And that's what ended up being a lot of the comedy parts for the series. The illusion was that it was going to be a comedy series. The trailer made it seem like, yes, something is off, but you're going to have fun anyway. But by the time it gets towards the end, it sort of does like a half and half, or with some action shows when they give you a sudden all comedy relief episode or something. That means the next episode you're going to see all the crap's hitting the fan, the darkness is coming, and all that.
Right.
So it kind of happened here after it got to a certain point for the decades of television, like the 90s or near 2000s. Then it started to show what was really going on, and it got really, really dark.
Yeah. So the 50s was the first decade that was represented, and it was reminiscent of I Love Lucy.
Right.
And if you have grandparents, at some point or another, you've ended up seeing I Love Lucy. And it was actually pretty funny and looked really, really authentic. It's like if you were watching an episode and watching the show, they really took care to make everything fit in. Because me, I started looking and going, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. But I wasn't able to find one thing that I could tell you that didn't look authentically 50s. And it was like, wow, they did a really great job.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went into the 60s.
Yeah, and then everything started, going questionable. Like with, I know you had to see this, Sean, when Wanda had the 2 kids and what,
You're gonna have to edit.
2 hours? Oh yeah, of course. Phoenix, remember she had the kids in the same day? Yeah, it was like hours. It wasn't even hours apart. It was just she got it in less than 12 hours and then had the 2 kids in 5 minutes apart.
And then they went into the 70s. So what did you think of the 70s episode? Phoenix?
Second or third?
No, the 70s episode.
Yeah, the 70s episode. What did you think of that?
70s, yeah. I think they did I think it was they did that show where they did with the Marvel Bunch, And, you know, since they did the same, like, how they did with the Marvel Bunch back from 2018.
Oh, yes.
And it was fun seeing Vision flesh colored with hair.
Right, no makeup.
So it was a really different look to see Paul Bettany just as he looks.
Right.
So it was pretty cool. But then things began to go really off road.
Yes, it stopped being the nice wholesomeness show and then started being more, I guess, matching what you see on TV now. And by the time it got to the present day TV show,
got to 80s, and then that's when they broke the fourth wall.
well, yeah, it was sort of like, I guess, really an 80s show. I can't really pick one out in particular because they parodied specific shows and then some were just the theme of the decade.
Yeah, definitely. So, Phoenix, what did you think of in the 80s when, I think is it Agnes? What was the lady's name that was supposed to be, who ended up being the villain later on? Andrea or Agnes?
It was Agnes at first. That's what we thought when she first appeared on episode 1 of WandaVision. But when episode 7 came around, her real name was Agatha Harkness.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so what did you think when she came in the 80s and she was suddenly, oh, I'll watch the kids and I'll do this, and she always acted as if she was scatterbrained, but you knew something just wasn't quite right.
Yeah, someone like that, I kind of didn't trust her because she reminded me a little bit of Mother Gothel from the Tangle movie
Yes.
series.
Yes.
Yeah, same thing, yeah.
Definitely. And then as you mentioned about the children, suddenly they were babies and was so cute, and they got bigger and they got bigger, and then pow.
Right, it's like, how they go there, I don't know what you do with puberty. They stop right before that could happen.
And then you started seeing what was going on outside of this world that she created. And we got to meet the daughter of
Maria, yeah.
Maria from the Captain Marvel movies.
Yeah, and it was...
Yeah, and that's Monica Rambeau.
Yes.
Yes. And, you know, she's going to be in the sequel, so they set up the sequel movie towards the end of this series since she gets the powers like in the comics.
Right. At first we didn't know who she was, and then they tried to kind of make it seem like she couldn't be trusted, and then you learn the truth. So I think that was really good the way they set that up.
Right.
And
like when she came back from the blip, she learned that her mother died.
right. And she didn't know, yeah, so that was kind of like, oh my gosh, you know,
Yeah,
she looks
it's
really
so bad.
stunned, and then she's gonna end up picking up her work.
Yes.
Yeah. So we don't want to spoil the ending for you, but it is absolutely, I wouldn't say not epic, cataclysmic.
Yeah,
there we
pretty
go.
much, yeah,
Cataclysmic.
cataclysmic.
How would you describe it, Phoenix?
Honestly, I think best pop culture show ever that references so many different shows and other things.
Definitely. And what did you think of the ending?
The ending I thought was intense and shocking.
Yes, definitely. And we all found out we didn't like Agnes, Agatha, whatever you wanted to call her. So
Right, I almost called her
you need
Agatha.
to go.
I almost call her Agatha Ordinaria, but she's not ordinary, so...
And she's not likable in the least.
No.
So, if you have not, well, actually, if you've seen WandaVision, let us know what you think in the comments below. Did you think the ending was fitting? Are you looking forward to the next Doctor Strange movie, as we all are? And if you haven't seen it, it's on Disney Plus. Again, it's 9 episodes, and you won't regret giving it a watch.
Right. And be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and World of Pods videos.
And last but not least, this, for those who maybe weren't sure that Wanda was a superhero, this solidifies her superhero status.
Right.
So thank you for joining us, Phoenix.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for having me on one of your Superhero Month podcasts as well, girls. It's been an honor to join you on this.
And thank you for recommending that we watch this series. So for right now, you're 100 out of 100.
Yeah.
So
Oh, and now we'll be onward to Falcon and Winter Soldier as a Disney Plus series.
Right.
So thank you so much for watching.
Loki is next.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Masco Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
And I'm General Phoenix.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.